There's the new trees. All aboard. Okay, now that I got the horse in front of the cart again, I got all my rocks down, my gravel work done, sand work done, the big rocks work done. Now, as you can see, I put some of my burnt grass and my green grass, and I'm just going to powder some onto this. And this isn't the final product. It's just, I just want to give it a little bit of color. And this right here is the, I guess it's just green grass. And then what I'm doing is just shaking it in these more sandy areas and leaving the rocks. Whatever I don't like, I just use my paintbrush and move around a little bit. No rhyme or reason here. Some areas get a little bit more, and some areas don't get anything. Let's just do that corner for now. If I don't like it, just take my brush and mellow it out a little bit. I don't know where it goes, but it mellows it down a little bit. Must be going on there. Okay. Now we're just work this up and work some color into the rest of it. Okay, this is my test on how to make these bamboo skewer pine trees out of bamboo skewers, and the blue air conditioner filter stuff. And I'll show you that here when I get to that. But what I've taken was these bamboo skewers, which they're right at a foot long, and I'm going to get more than one out of it. But I've taken the woodland scenics tree, the tallest one, and it's about 5 1/2, 5 3/4 to the end of the little stud. So I made a 6-inch mark here on the bottom. On every one of these I put a little brown mark, and then I looked at the distance of my farthest one up, which was this one, and how much room do I have from the bottom limbs to there, and it's about 1 1/2 to 1 3/4, and I put a little pink mark for that on here. I've marked every one of these skewers, and I just happen to have this 27 skewers available, so I'm going to try the test with that. I know that it's not going to do it any good right now, but I seen that Luke Talon, he actually, instead of having these things nice and smooth, he used a wire brush. I use this pipe brush. Is very, man, it is hard, and it does a really good job of putting some grooves, and I don't want a whole lot in there. I just want the top end of this tree not to be smooth. So I'm going to do that to every one of these, and that'll be my first step to get these skewers ready for some material on them. I've went and bought a couple of these filters. They're about 18 by 24 inches, and they're about $3.60 a piece. Bought a couple of them. Okay, editing this video, I just wanted to let you know, I figured I'd just cut this video in. This filter right here is not the filter that I found anybody, zero. I found nobody else using this type of filter material to make pine trees. They use the furnace filters, the thicker, more made out of plasticky and other natural stuff. But this, and it's thicker. But I'm not in furnace country, so I don't get those filters unless I get them from Amazon. They were like $29, $30 a piece, and these were $3 a piece. They look like the same kind of thing, so I thought I'd give these a try. Now, caution. These are made from spun fiberglass. It's not little fine fiberglass. It's fiberglass, thicker fiberglass, and you'll notice I'm going to have gloves on when I do this because this fiberglass will get into your hands. I had to pick little pieces of glass out, so you know, I made these out of the first bunch of trees. I ain't making no more of these. They look good, but again, I'm not scared of the fiberglass, because once I put the fiberglass on here, they're all painted and sealed up and they just look good. But I'm not doing no more like that. So I'm going to show you a technique I use to do this. But again, this is not the same material. These are $3 air conditioner pre-filter things, but you know, they worked okay. On with the movie. And let me tell you, taking that thing up off of this, if you could find this stuff rolled as opposed to stuck, glued to these cardboard grids, you'd be much better off. I bought these, and that's a pain to do. Once you do get this thing off of here, what I've been doing is just cutting these things in. I don't know, I'm trying inch strips, because I'm not doing big old wide pine trees. Somebody suggested this Eileen's tacky glue, and the other thing that I picked up was this was the original diameter of that I had, and I can use these for the littler trees, but I went and bought these wooden dowels that are a little bit bigger diameter. You can see it, so they look more like the mature pine trees. So I'll use some of those and just kind of sharpen the tips of them up and play with them a little bit. And let me get on to cutting some more of these strips. Okay, what I elected to do is, this thing has a light cover of a really glue flat piece on top of it. It has it separates it from the fiberish stuff. I elected to leave that on until I get these things cut into squares, because if not, then it just looks like a big hairy mess. Okay, now I'm going to take each one of these strips here, and I'm going to cut them into pretty much a square. Okay, I got 45 trunks. I got 16 of the bigger trunks and 27 of the smaller trunks. Okay, I don't know that I need it. I don't know that I need it that thick. And it doesn't matter what the shape is. I'm just going to put some glue in the middle here. And I'm going to pull it down over top of that. And here's my halfway up. So I don't need it all the way up there. I just need it. I need me a trunk. Just take me another piece. Well, I've determined that taking a look at these trees that I can make on my own, just with a little bit of extra time and fairly cheap. Look at the difference. These are the woodland scenic little trees, and even with some stuff on them, you know what, these things are puny. You know what I'm going to use these for? I'm using everything on here. I'm going to use these as my as my, I may make a few of the pure conifer trees out of the taller ones, and the rest of them, they're going to be brown dead trees. They'll just be in here brown and dead. So, but to do that, I need to spray paint them brown. I need to at least, if you take a look at these things, they look like plastic. So I'm gonna hit them with some of this camouflage brown paint and see, and kind of go from there. There's no game plan here. I want to use all the trees I've got on here now. I've got let's see, 42 and 16, 42, 52, 58, almost 60 trees on here now. And this is another, all you got with the Woodland Scenics thing was about 24 trees, I think it was. And you get like, I got like one big one, and then the rest, you know, 3 or 4 of each one of the other sizes. But there's the sizes right there. But I'm gonna, if I can get these to look better, I'm gonna use them and just stick them in here as either dead trees or some dying trees, conifer looking trees. Let's see what I can do with these. Okay, the end result is, if you can pick them out, these bare looking trees, these are the Woodland Scenics armatures for their pine trees. And if you look, I'm using them as the dead or dying. And I just placed them here and there, and the ones falling on the ground, and the dead and dying. Yeah, they work really good for that. They look like the skeleton of a good looking tree. So that's what they're going to be used for. Okay, 1 day and 24 more pine trees, and this was these are actually twisted wire and sisal, and you can find videos all over the internet on these guys making these. These were, for me, were a lot harder than these trees here, done with the spun fiberglass. However, you know, fiberglass was harder to work with, and these are just harder to do. I'm gonna go ahead and put these 24. That's gonna bring me to a grand total of about 85 trees on here. And then I'm gonna take a look, see if I still need some more. Then I'm gonna go to my birch and aspen trees.